There are all sorts of heartaches out there, but there's nothing quite like seeing cops having to arrest their own romantic partners. Just imagine having to slap the handcuffs on and take the love of your life to jail. Here are 5 times when the suspect in handcuffs was a cop's wife or girlfriend. Number 5. State trooper's girlfriend arrested for DWI. On September 24, 2022, Officer Dane Richards is patrolling near West Park Avenue when he stumbles upon a damaged 2019 Honda. The officer approaches a car with noticeable damage. The headlight is missing, and the vehicle looks like it's been through a rough time. The officer, maintaining his professionalism, introduces himself and explains that he's recording the interaction for both audio and visual.
How are you? I'm Officer Richards of the Ocean Police. Just here where this is being audio and visual recorded, alright?
Okay. The reason for the stop? Well, it's twofold. First, the car's condition is a safety hazard. And second, she's just made an illegal left turn.
I'm stopping you is 1, your car's all messed up here.
Yeah.
You got no headlight and it's pretty dangerous to be driving like this. And 2, you just made an illegal left. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
The woman seems genuinely surprised, unaware of her traffic violation and the state of her car. She mentioned she's planning to take the car to the shop the next day.
I'm sorry?
I didn't even notice, and I'm bringing this car to my shop tomorrow.
Okay.
As the officer requests her driver's license, registration, and proof of insurance, he asks about the accident that caused the damage.
I'm sorry about the left turn. I didn't even notice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have your driver's license, your registration, proof of insurance?
Yeah.
It turns out the car has been in this condition for a couple of months.
When did you crash?
A couple months ago.
A couple months ago?
The conversation shifts slightly. The officer asks about her evening.
I was up visiting my dad, and then I was at my house.
She's been visiting her dad and then at her house, she explains. But the officer, having seen her at a 7-Eleven earlier, senses inconsistencies.
Yeah, but I just saw you on Kings Highway.
I was at 7-Eleven, I'm sorry.
Okay.
The situation escalates when the officer asks if she's had anything to drink or taken any substances.
Drink tonight?
No, not at all.
Alright, you take anything? You seem a little out of it.
No, not at all.
Okay.
Not at all. Just give me a second.
She denies both, but her demeanor suggests otherwise. She's a bit out of it, a detail the officer doesn't miss. The woman, still trying to keep the conversation light, talks about doing her laundry and her plans for the car.
So, I just wanted to do my laundry really quick. And then tomorrow I was dropping the car right off at Nicoletti's Auto Body Shop.
Instead of her license, she goes with the move of handing over her boyfriend's business card. The guy's a state trooper, by the way. It's like she's hoping it's some kind of get-out-of-jail-free card.
That's my boyfriend.
Your boyfriend?
Yeah.
How long you guys been dating for?
Like a couple months.
But things take a real serious twist when the officer spots something pretty alarming in the car as she bends over to grab the business card. There's a bag of illegal stuff.
Alright, do you have your registration and your proof of insurance?
Yes, I do. Sorry, I lost the card.
What's up?
I lost the card.
You can feel the mood shift, no doubt about it. So they ask her to step out, and she's instantly in cuffs.
Oh, where's the cuffs?
Here, hop out for me. Hop out. Put your hands behind your back.
Behind my back?
Yeah, you're being detained.
Her pleas are gut-wrenching.
This cigarette.
Please stop.
Ma'am?
Please.
There's a thing of heroin right there.
Please, I'm
Stop.
getting this expunged straight now.
I'm telling you,
Please
stop moving.
Don't ruin my life.
I'm not ruining.
She's practically begging the officer not to mess up her life, saying she's in the process of getting her record cleaned.
Please do not. I'm getting an expungement.
Okay,
Please.
well, stop moving.
Please.
But you know, the law's the law, and the officer's in a real bind here. Her arrest is for possession of narcotics. The officer discovers more of the substance on the front seat.
Ma'am, you have heroin all over your seat. Stop moving.
The woman is distraught, insisting she's not a habitual user. The officer then conducts a field sobriety test.
Because to me, it looks like you're under the influence.
Okay.
You can barely keep your eyes open. I'm just going to put you through some tests. Either way, you are under arrest for possession of heroin.
It's clear from her performance that she's under the influence. She fails the test, leading to her arrest for DUI in addition to her previous charges. Back at the police station, they start processing the woman. The officer lays out the charges against her.
For driving while intoxicated. The law requires you to submit samples of your breath for the purpose of testing to determine alcohol content. A record of the taking of the breath samples, including the test.
They go through the whole routine: fingerprints, photographs, and a breathalyzer test. She's also given the standard Miranda rights spiel.
Alright, I'm going to read you your Miranda rights. You have the right to remain silent and refuse to answer any questions. Do you understand?
Yes.
Anything you say may be used against you in a court of law. Do you understand?
It's starting to hit her now, and you can feel the room getting heavy with regret and sadness. The video wraps up with the officer going through all the administrative stuff tied to her arrest. He's busy filling out reports and chatting about the case with fellow officers. The officer repeats the charges to the woman, and she's still sticking to her story, denying any substance use.
Reckless and careless go with that, and then operating a vehicle.
Reckless and careless.
They go with a DUI. And then,
I'm not on anything.
As they got her mugshot taken and wrapped up the paperwork, they released Nicole to a sober person who signed a potential liability warning form on her behalf. She got slapped with several criminal charges for having illegal stuff on her, and was hit with a bunch of traffic tickets too, including operating under the influence, reckless driving, careless driving, operating a motor vehicle while possessing narcotics, failure to obey signs, maintenance of lamps, failure to make repairs, and having a vehicle in unsafe conditions. Number 4. Police officer attacks man having affair with his wife. In a quiet area near a dog park, Sean is enjoying his routine exercise when suddenly his world turns upside down. Out of nowhere, Josh Malecki, a fellow member of the Austin Police Department, APD, charges down the hill and launches an unprovoked attack on him. The assault is brutal, with Sean receiving multiple blows to the head, causing noticeable swelling and pain. The video you're about to see is the aftermath of the incident. The officer asks Sean for his account of what happened.
So, what happened?
Someone ran down the hill. I was sitting here exercising and just...
30-year-old male, multiple blows.
He's asked if he knows the person who attacked him. He admits that the woman present at the scene, Stephanie, is Josh's wife.
Just came down and jumped me and started hitting me in the head.
Do you know him?
Yeah.
Okay. And from what I understand, this is his wife?
As the officer probes further, it becomes clear that this isn't a random act of violence. Sean acknowledges an ongoing issue with Josh, but until now, it's never escalated to physical violence.
So, you had any beef with him? Any issues?
There's been an ongoing issue, but nothing physical until now.
Sean initially hesitates to press charges, a decision that might stem from his understanding of the delicate situation involving an officer.
Charges? No? Okay. Well, we're going to have EMS.
Unless I'm
check.
really...
Well, I mean, you're pretty red and you got a lot of bumps and bruises around.
Sean realizes that his car key, a black fob, is missing. He suspects Josh might have taken it during the assault.
Your head.
And I think he took my car key because I don't know. It was in my pocket and I don't know where the hell it is now. So
Okay.
I can't even...
Is it just the key?
It's a black fob for the
Okay.
Volvo right there.
So it's, yeah.
This loss is more than an inconvenience. It's a security concern, considering the volatile nature of the situation. Sean is instructed to go to his vehicle and wait for EMS to check him out.
Let's go up to the vehicle so EMS can come check you out, and then we'll finish the rest of this. Do you have your driver's license on
It's
you,
in
or
my
is
car.
in your
My
car?
phone.
The officer conducts a quick medical check, confirming Sean's awareness and ruling out any immediate medical issues.
You have any medical issues? Allergic to anything?
Nothing I'm aware of.
Okay, cool. Did you lose consciousness at all?
No.
Did he just use his hands, feet?
Sean recalls the assault, believing Josh used only his hands.
I think just his hands, yeah.
Okay.
The officer relays the information he gathered from Sean to his colleague.
Yeah. He's not here and he doesn't want to press charges anyway. It's an ongoing issue. It's just never been violent. Now,
He explains that the assault may be out of anger because of an affair Sean is having with Josh's wife.
I think it may be because the chick that's over here is the wife
Of the other dude?
of the suspect. So it might be you're sleeping with my wife.
The officer decides to write an informational report, capturing the details of the incident.
Okay, Sean, because you don't want to press charges, what I'm going to do is I'm going to write an informational report on this. It's going to have you, it's going to have him.
The officer advises Sean about the potential escalation of the conflict.
So if you feel like this is an ongoing thing and it's just escalated to this, 9 times out of 10, I can't even say that. Sometimes it'll
And that things could get even worse for him.
escalate even worse. Like, he may put you in the hospital. Or worse.
He's not right in the
He also mentions the importance of considering legal protection, like a civil restraining order. Next up for an interview is Stephanie, Josh's wife.
Who showed up?
My husband,
Okay. What's your husband's name?
Josh Mullicky.
Huh?
Josh Mullicky.
The officer double-checks if the man she's talking about is the same Josh associated with the APD.
Josh is in APD, Josh?
This twist adds a whole new dimension to the situation because it's not just any assault, it's an incident involving one of their own. The officer approaches Sean once more and asks him if he wants to press charges.
So, I'll ask you again, Sean, do you want to press charges? I mean, it's totally up to you. If you don't feel safe.
He mentions writing a report about it as it involves an APD officer.
There's going to be
Just
a
goes on
report
file.
made, and it's going to go. I take it you know who her husband is. Yeah. So it's going to go up through the
You know who
department.
he is too, right?
Yeah.
Which could lead to internal affairs involvement.
It's going to go up through the department, and it's going to go to internal affairs because he still is an employee.
While they're waiting for the EMS to arrive,
So they're going to be here in.
They'll be here by 9 o'clock, they said.
Okay.
Hopefully sooner, they said in 45 minutes maximum. So they'll be
Alrighty.
here to just get me in my car and then I can...
Is
Sean takes the opportunity to discuss their immediate plans. He arranges for a friend to pick him up.
My buddy said he'll come pick me up
Okay.
and do it. The guy that my roommate, so...
okay.
And Stephanie decides it's best for her own safety to stay away from their home.
I'm going to call him back in a second and say, hey, can you come? 'Cause I don't know what she's going to do. I just want her to be safe because he's not stable, obviously.
Yeah.
The officer asks if Sean has had any prior issues with John, to which Sean responds that Josh has never been physically aggressive towards him before.
Never had any issues with him. She hasn't
not
mentioned
physical.
anything to you. What do you mean not physical?
He's never hit me. But
Okay.
he's been,
Sean recalls a previous incident where Josh was incredibly angry and looking for him, but it never escalated to a physical confrontation.
called me frantic on the phone saying he just left drunk in a car and he's looking for you. I'm like, oh, that's great. I wasn't living at the place I'm living now, somewhere else, but
Okay.
As they discuss further, Sean reveals a shocking detail. He's been having an affair with Stephanie for months.
because we've been having an affair for months now, and he knows about it, and she just lies to him that it's not happening, and it's
This affair, known to Josh, adds a layer of complexity and motive to the assault. Sean describes Josh's unstable behavior and expresses concern for his and Stephanie's safety. The officer, understanding the gravity of the situation, emphasizes the importance of a restraining order.
I would highly suggest you get a civil restraining order.
It's not just about the physical assault. It's about preventing future incidents and providing a legal framework for protection.
It's really not going to be able to do much for us. All that's going to happen is if he contacts you, comes over by your house, comes over within 100 yards, that kind of stuff.
Sean is advised that the restraining order, while not a physical barrier, could offer some level of security.
You'll call an officer will write a report, you'll take it to court, and then you go before the judge. He violated my civil restraint.
The officer explains that while it may not be a bulletproof solution, it could definitely give him peace of mind.
But it's something that's going to protect you. I mean, it's only a piece of paper. It's not bulletproof. It's
Right.
not fist-proof.
right.
But it's going to...
The conversation shifts to the missing car key.
So in the report, I'm also going to put that your key was lost. Either here or he may have taken it.
Pretty
We're
sure
not
he
sure.
took it.
So
We should.
Sean is worried about the implications of the lost key, considering the potential risk of car theft or further confrontation. The officer notes this concern in the report, ensuring it's documented for future reference.
either somebody
Picked it up
picked it up
from here.
and figured out where your car is, or it was him. So
The officer checks in with Stephanie, asking if she's all right and where she's planning to stay for now.
Stephanie, you gonna be good?
Yeah.
You gonna be okay going home?
I'll probably stay away for a little while.
Okay.
Go over there with my mom. We'll see. It'll be fine.
Okay.
He makes sure she knows she can reach out to the police if she ever needs help or faces any more problems.
Let us know if there's anything else we can do, anything else we can help with. If you have any issues, go ahead and call us back, okay?
The officer offers to monitor Sean's vehicle, showing a commitment to ensuring his safety even after the immediate crisis is over.
A bit longer, and then until somebody comes and opens his vehicle.
Okay.
And then all I'll do is I'll keep swinging by and just kind of keep...
Sean then talks about replacing his car key and possibly changing the locks on his vehicle, a necessary step given the circumstances.
If
So
in
I'll-
fact the
I'll-
key's in there, I think it should be. He said with my AAA that it'll cover it to get a new key because I have like a gold membership or whatever.
Okay.
So if I need a new key, I'll have to get that done.
The officer agrees, highlighting the importance of being safe rather than sorry, especially in a situation where personal safety has already been compromised.
Yeah, it's better to be safe than sorry and than have your car stolen, so...
That should turn on.
As the incident winds down, Sean expresses his gratitude to the officer for the assistance.
Thank you so
Alrighty,
much for everything.
you're welcome.
I appreciate it.
Hope you have a better day.
I'll try. Take care. Thanks.
Thanks.
Thank you, Stephanie.
We can't say for sure if this incident repeats itself, but let's hope Sean and Stephanie found a way to stay out of harm's reach. And well, it might be a good time for them to reevaluate their choices, especially given the person they're involved with is a police officer. Now, regarding Officer Josh Malecki's aggressive behavior, it's not an excuse, but imagine finding out your spouse has been having a long-term affair and lying about it all along. It's bound to stir up intense emotions. And about Sean claiming to be a nice guy? Nah, I don't think so. If he were genuinely a nice guy, he probably wouldn't have gotten involved with a married woman in the first place, right? It's one of those situations where there are no easy answers, just a tangled web of choices and consequences. Number 3. Cop's girlfriend totals her car before DWI arrest. In a dimly lit street, a woman stands beside her car, visibly shaken.
Hi, officer.
Hello. So where we?
If you look at my record, I've never been in a car accident. This is all new to me.
So where
I
we?
apologize.
Yep. So where we?
She's just been in an accident, hitting a pole while trying to make a right turn.
And I meant to make a right, and I hit that pole.
So where were you coming from?
Right here.
So you on Mountain
Yes,
Ave right here?
yes. And I meant to make a right, and
She admits she did not see the pole, which led to her mishap.
I didn't see this pole. It's dark. So I meant to make a right, and I hit the pole. And my like whatever it is hit.
When the officer asks about her well-being, she responds that she's unharmed, but rattled by the incident.
Okay. How are you physically?
I'm fine, thank God.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing hurts.
No.
Anything like that.
No. But I freaked out because I'm like, this is the first thing this ever happened to me.
Unaware of the looming possibility of her arrest, her concern is primarily about missing work the following day, particularly as she's a newcomer in her job.
I got a tow truck
This
coming.
isn't normal, right? This isn't gonna be okay. I can't get even.
No, there's a tow truck coming for it.
I can't get to work tomorrow.
So
This is a huge problem. Like I'm.
The officer asks about her whereabouts, and she mentions having dinner with a friend.
I was having dinner with my best friend. We had a couple drinks at I'll tell you the name right now. Literally, like 3 blocks down.
She confesses to not noticing the sign, which she believes led to the accident.
And I was on my way home, and I didn't see the sign. That's the honest truth. You could look at my history. I don't have parking tickets. I don't have problems with.
Despite the visible damages to her car, she surprisingly asks if she can still drive home.
Can I drive home?
No.
no.
Is it like
It's
totaled?
not- I don't know if it's totaled, but you can't drive home. You gotta definitely have a flat tire and some other stuff.
Then, she admits to having consumed 3 drinks earlier in the evening.
I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I did have 3 drinks, but you could test me. I'm totally fine.
What were the 3 drinks that you had?
Tito's and Club.
And to top it off, she casually reveals that her fiancé happens to be a cop.
My boyfriend's a cop. My fiance. Sorry. So I don't want to lie. I don't feel,
The officers decide to go ahead with some sobriety tests.
We're just gonna do a couple tests. First, I just want to, do your best to calm down. I know you're a little shaken up.
I am.
A little, just do.
I'll hold
calm
your
down.
phone into your wallet, okay?
Sure.
Yep, just calm down deep.
First up is the alphabet test.
You know, familiar with the English alphabet?
Of course.
You know, okay. If you could just say it from D to W, don't sing it. Just
Initially, it seems like she'll do well, as she appears confident.
say the letters from D.
DEFGHIJKLMNOPQRSTUVWXY and Z.
But she ends up reciting the entire alphabet, overshooting the requested letter W. Then comes the eye test, where they ask her to follow a pen with her eyes.
By your side, first thing is just gonna be an eye test. You're gonna follow the tip of my pen, just with your eyes only. Don't move your head. You see how, like I move my head?
I get it.
Don't move your head. You just eyes.
In the midst of the test, she reassures the officer that she's perfectly fine.
It's so, just so you know, guys, I'm trying so hard. This is just so weird.
Yep. No.
I hope you guys get it. Like, I'm 100% okay.
Next comes the walk and turn test, where the officers instruct her to walk heel to toe in a straight line.
Okay. What you're gonna do is you're gonna take 9 heel to toe steps when I tell you to.
So like this?
I'm gonna explain it. Just
Oh, okay.
Yep. So just.
You're gonna explain it.
Yep. So
Okay.
just.
She gives it a try, but clearly struggles. Her emotional turmoil becomes increasingly evident as she grapples with the unfolding situation.
Just, can you give me 1 second? I just can't even believe I'm going through this. I'm sorry.
She admits that she's never been in an accident before, her voice shaking.
I'm sorry.
Nope.
It's just, I've never in my life been through anything like this, so it's very rough for me. I apologize. I hate.
In her distressed state, she once again mentions that her fiancé is a cop, perhaps hoping it might change the course of events.
My boyfriend's gonna be living, because he's an officer for Passaic County. 343 Julian Gonzalez. So he's gonna flip.
But the officers continue with their duty.
We can actually use this line right here. So.
But I just want you to know that look, he's actually calling me. Julian.
Just ignore it.
I'm just extremely.
Her steps are shaky, her balance unsteady.
5, 6, 7, 8.
She asks if she can start over, a hint of desperation in her voice. But the test must go on.
Can I start all over?
No, just keep going through it. Just keep going through it.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Next up is the one-leg test, and it's quite evident she's struggling to maintain her balance.
1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, 1006, 1007, 1008, 1009.
The officers then decide to re-administer the eye test, while she repeatedly insists that she's had drinks but isn't drunk.
So you're just gonna do that eye test
Sure.
one more time with you.
Do whatever you need to do. I want you guys to see that I'm sober.
Okay.
I did have drinks. I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to lie.
She explains that her distress is due to hitting the pole, the damage to her car, and the overall situation.
I'm not drunk. I'm not anything. It just by accident hit the pole. I'm not anything. I'm not a drug addict. You can look me up. I don't.
As the test continues, the gravity of the situation seems to be sinking in. It's a serious matter, and her relationship with a law enforcement officer won't make it disappear. The officers, having completed the field sobriety tests, make a decision.
I just can't believe this.
Despite her pleas and her insistence that she's not under the influence, they have to arrest her.
Listen,
I'm not like drunk. I'm not
so
anything.
unfortunately, I do have to put cuffs on you right now, and we have to go. We have to go to
Can
the
we
police
do
station.
the test again, please?
No, we have to. No.
I don't want
So listen. No, listen.
The woman breaks down, her sobs filling the night air.
Just listen.
Call my boyfriend.
Listen
He's
real
a
quick.
detective
I hear you.
and
Listen real quick.
please.
You gotta stop talking and listen. Okay?
Sure.
We're going back to the police.
I'm
This
so
doesn't mean
scared.
doesn't mean you're guilty. You're gonna blow into a box.
She pleads with the officers, begging them not to ruin her life.
I've never done this
Okay?
in my life.
Listen. Turn around. Put your hands behind your back. for
No,
me.
please.
listen.
Officer,
Ma'am,
please.
I'm sorry. There's
Officer,
nothing.
Please, guys. I'm not a bad.
She talks about her aspirations to become a pilot and about how an arrest could shatter her dreams.
Deep breath.
I have a career. I'm trying to become a pilot.
You're not going to jail.
I want to become a pilot.
You're not going to
jail. It's going to ruin my life.
But the law is the law, and the officers have no choice. They handcuff her cries of fear and despair echoing in the quiet street.
Why did I go through this?
It's okay.
I don't want to go
It's okay.
Please, God.
It's okay.
I don't want to get arrested. I'm not this kind of girl.
She's placed in the back of the police car, still pleading, still hoping for some leniency.
Turn around.
I'm not going to fight or anything. I'm not going to hit anybody. No, please.
No, you're just going to take a seat right here.
But I'm a nice person.
I know you're a nice
You
person.
can check everything, guys.
But there's none to be had. This is a traffic violation, and it must be treated as such. She pleads with the officers to sit beside her because she doesn't want to be alone, but she's reassured that the ride to the station will be very short.
I don't want to. Can you sit back here?
No, we can't, unfortunately. But it's a short ride. It's only 2 minutes to the headquarters, okay?
Officer.
Yep, it's only 2 minutes, okay?
At the police station, the reality of her situation sinks in.
Okay, just right here.
It feels like a long life.
Just face the wall.
I feel so bad.
No, it's okay.
I'm sorry.
No.
She's being processed, her belongings taken away.
I don't.
Can you just?
I don't
Can you just
anything.
take your watch off for me?
It's just my Fitbit. It's just my.
Yeah, I know. We're just gonna keep all your property right over there, okay?
She's no longer just someone who had a bit too much to drink and made a mistake. She's now a suspect in custody. The officers, while sympathetic to her plight, remain firm.
106.
I've been studying for years. I beg you.
Alright, so this is what we're gonna do.
You can do whatever you want. You can check my purse, my life.
They explain the process to her, but her mind seems to be elsewhere, lost in thoughts of what this might mean for her future.
Okay, I'm scared to be like my mom, like think I'm a low life. I just moved out of my house. I just got my apartment.
Okay, listen.
Ultimately, the woman was found guilty of operating under the influence and received a fine totaling $790. Her license was revoked for a period of 3 months, and she was required to complete 12 hours at an intoxicated driver resource center. Number 2. Sergeant's drunk girlfriend puts her own baby in danger. It's just another day in September, the kind where you wouldn't expect anything out of the ordinary. But as we see, the ordinary has a way of turning extraordinary in a flash. A black SUV stops abruptly in the middle of a busy crossroads. It's a scene that makes you wonder, what's going on? This isn't your typical traffic jam. It's something more. Another driver, sensing something amiss, calls the cops. The Hobbs Police Department responds, and soon after, the deputy sheriff arrives, his body camera rolling.
So we got a call for a 47. It was a black SUV with that license plate number. So the vehicle was...
The footage we see is tense, a real-time unfolding of events that you just can't look away from.
The vehicle was parked right here. Okay, so I parked down there by the Key Energy to try to see the vehicle pull out so I can get observations of the vehicle because we had a caller that...
The vehicle in question, a black SUV, is parked oddly. An officer parked nearby is trying to get a good look, waiting to see if the vehicle moves. It's a situation where every detail counts. The officer mentions a potential conflict of interest, a phrase that hangs ominously in the air. Then, things escalate. The driver of the SUV, later identified as Desiree Ortega, takes off, hits a curb hard, and almost crashes.
The mob pulled up next to her. She took off driving, went southbound, and then kind of hit the curb real hard, almost hitting that fence.
It's clear now that this isn't just erratic driving. It's dangerous.
A mod blocked her in, and then that's when I pulled up next to her.
The officers know they need to act fast. As the officers approach the vehicle, Desiree is heard, defiant, refusing to step out.
Desiree, step out of the car.
Wait.
Huh? Well, my name's Officer Solomon with the Hobbs Police Department, okay? The reason I'm making contact with you is because we got a call in that you're intoxicated driving, okay?
He informs her that they received a call about her intoxicated driving. Officer Solomon with Hobbs PD is trying to reason with her, but it's a tough situation.
Obviously, when I saw you, you just drove onto a curb and almost struck a fence, okay? So I'm gonna need you to step out. Okay?
The evidence is right there. She drove onto a curb and almost hit a fence, but Desiree isn't budging.
because who you know, it don't matter, okay? You know it's against the law to be driving under the influence, correct? Okay, you do know that, right? So I don't know why you think you're above the law because who you're dating.
So who is she dating? Well, we find out that the SUV belongs to Sergeant Ahmad White of Hobbs PD, and Desiree, the driver, is his girlfriend. In the back seat is their infant child. It's a scenario that's as complicated as it gets. Desiree's really putting up a fight here. She's not just sitting tight in the car. She's actively pushing back when the officers try to get her out.
Are you going to get out of the car? Yes or no?
No.
Okay.
I have one out on the garage.
Oh, really?
Yeah, really.
Really? Oh, what the f***?
You're going to listen.
It's a struggle, and you can hear the strain in their voices, the heavy breathing. The officer assures her that she won't be getting any favors because of who she's dating.
You don't get any favors because who you're dating. You understand that? Don't resist.
Oleg, stop. I can call all your shit.
The body cam footage vividly portrays the officers' challenging efforts to deal with the situation.
Stop.
No.
Yeah, stop. You already messed up. Stop, man.
We're 15 one time.
You're not wrong.
Stop.
You're wrong. Stop.
Desiree is putting up resistance, making it a tough situation. She's not exactly cooperative, and the officers are trying their best to handle it without making things worse.
You did this. That's on you. That is not on those officers.
Coming from 1300 block of West.
You're in cuffs. I don't know why you're doing that.
Striking that delicate balance between maintaining control and ensuring everyone's safety is no easy task. Sergeant White is on the scene and openly conveys his sense of embarrassment about the situation.
I mean, I don't know her issue.
I'm so embarrassed. I tried.
Was the child inside the car? You grabbed the car. You grabbed the kid?
Yeah, I watched him get the kid out of the car.
He takes the baby out of the vehicle, prioritizing the child's safety. Desiree's mother, who is also the child's grandmother, is there too.
Are you? I guess your mom?
Grandma.
Grandma?
I had no clue. I saw it on the way and I called someone. No, he was doing it, but he was...
The officers take a moment to brief the sheriffs on the situation.
We got an internal altercation with her. She refused to get out of the car for like 30 minutes. I told her, due to there being people there, you need to get out of the car. She's like, I'm not getting out. So at that time, I pulled her out.
The revelation that Desiree is Sergeant White's girlfriend adds complexity to this incident.
Obviously, it's a conflict for us because it's Sergeant White's girlfriend, wife, I don't know. Significant other, I don't know. I don't know what you would call it. You got it.
The conflict of interest is clear, and it's why the sheriff's deputies are called in. Officer Solomon recounts how he had to remove Desiree from the vehicle.
So you were telling her get out?
Yeah, I was saying, you're going to get out of the car. She's like, no, I'm not getting out. And then that's when I grabbed her left arm, and then I pulled it. She kind of buckled to her legs, or like to her knees.
And she didn't make it easy. She put up a fight, and even left him with some scratches.
And I think that at that time she started putting her nails in my fingers and I don't... You need an ambulance? No.
I'll just take pictures of those.
It's a real eye-opener about the challenges officers face, trying to do their job while dealing with all the human emotions and reactions. Deputy Sanchez, who's been jotting down all the details, then checks on Desiree.
Hello, Deputy Sanchez with the Lee County Sheriff's Office. Are you okay? Do you need medics to come see you?
She insists she doesn't need medical help and declines to undergo a sobriety test.
But I just wanted to ask you, do you want to submit to some tests to see if you're fit to drive? What was that? No? Okay.
As she's moved to another vehicle, Desiree has some not-so-pleasant words for Deputy Sanchez.
Monterey told me he subordinate.
Ready?
You. Hey, no.
You have to get
told me. What?
I don't know why he would say that. Go ahead and get
He said he you.
And let me tell you, she's pretty damn adamant about it.
Get on.
Don't
Hey, go ahead and get up.
Get on.
No. Ahmad said he you as your subordinate. He told me.
Right now.
The officers warn her that resisting will lead to more charges, but she keeps at it.
No, Jasmine. He told me he you.
Get up.
Get up.
Get up or you're going to go.
Get up.
You're going to catch more charges. Get up.
No, I don't give a f***.
She's like a bulldozer and doesn't know when to quit.
Get in there.
I'm asking you to get in there, please.
All right.
All right?
It just helps me as my case against y'all.
Ready?
He told me he
Eventually, The officers have to do what they gotta do to get her into the patrol car.
That's enough! Now knock it off! I'm not gonna tell you again! You're gonna knock it off! You're not gonna come out here and kick one of my deputies!
Thank you.
She even pokes fun at the officers and sarcastically thanks them for providing evidence against her through their actions.
Thank you for the evidence. No, don't you
Get up! Get up!
Is your name John Evan?
Huh?
She kicked.
Meanwhile, Sergeant White recounts how he witnessed his own girlfriend getting into trouble.
I put it in park. I turned the car off. I didn't say a word to her. I ran around the other side because I could see baby's feet.
It was even trickier because their baby was in the back seat, so he had to move quickly to keep the child safe.
Turn it on. I run around. I grab the baby. And then I ran right up to her mom, and I was like, take the baby. Olenek rolls up. He was like, Sarge, we got it. I said, please deal with that.
He explains that he tracked Desiree's phone with an app, which raised some red flags.
The only reason I'm here is because this motherfucker wouldn't answer the phone, so I'm tracking, and I'm like, something ain't right. Obviously, I was right.
Deputy Sanchez asks if Desiree seemed a bit out of it.
Well, how did she seem? Because you've dealt with
She
her
just sat
many
there,
times.
just like this. She did not say a word to me.
Okay.
But I didn't really give it what she was saying.
Sergeant White expresses his frustration to the deputy.
Bro,
Yeah.
this is too much. I'm just trying to get home to my baby.
Oh, you don't understand what happened a while ago, but yes, it is too much. So,
As Desiree is arrested and eventually taken to jail, she resists all the way.
No, we're going in there. Go. She's not doing.
I'm not doing anything.
So we're going in.
It's a conflict.
So first of all, look, we're not going to argue.
Desiree's reaction is a mix of defiance and realization.
He's doing everything.
It's a conflict.
So I'm going to run the test, Desiree. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so let's go. He's running it. I'm going to do that. She's holding the door for us. Go ahead.
She seems arguing, resisting, and then crying.
If I don't pass this time,
You said you were going to take the test. Right now we're here. Now it's time to take the test, okay?
I'm telling you, if I
Desiree.
fail, I will not have my kid.
She begs not to do the breath test in fear of not seeing her kid again, but the officer insists.
If the machine tones out, we're going to take it as a refusal, and we're just going to take you right over to the jail. A big blow. Breathe in real big.
Her alcohol test comes back, 0.36 BAC, way over the legal limit. As Desiree receives the news that she's headed to jail, her defiance doesn't waver.
Stop that.
Yeah.
None of that needs to happen right now.
No.
Okay, no, it doesn't. So we're going to escort you if you don't stand up. Yes, we are.
I'm going to be another victim.
You're not a victim.
She keeps up the act, even as she's guided into the police car.
We're going to put you in there if you don't go in there. Desiree, you need to listen.
Victor, take me home.
No, can't do that.
Victor.
So listen. You're going to listen now, Desiree.
All right.
Once inside, she pleads with the officer to take her home.
I want to go home, please.
Right now, you're not going to be able to go home. Okay?
Please, let me go home.
All right. I just need you to calm down. You are not going to go home.
I need to go home.
And attempts to use her husband's name to intimidate them.
My husband is Ahmad White.
Okay.
I will raise hell.
She becomes emotional and tries to cry her way out of the arrest.
Come on, soft. Okay, listen. You can talk to me here. I have to go home. Okay, well, let's talk in here. I can't do this. Come on. Here. Go ahead and
No,
I can't.
She's dealing with some pretty heavy charges here. Child abuse, a third-degree felony. 2 counts of battery on a peace officer, both fourth-degree felonies. Aggravated DUI, 3 counts of resisting, evading, obstructing an officer, reckless driving, open container, and driving on roadways lane for traffic. Sadly, even with Sergeant White in the mix, there's no special treatment or escaping these charges for her. She has to face the music just like anyone else would. Number 1. Cop pulls over cheating wife caught with another man. An officer approaches a car he's just pulled over, a routine part of his day that's about to take an unexpected turn. He leans in, asking the driver if he knows why he's been stopped.
Doing all right. You understand why I pulled you over today?
Not totally sure.
Well, this is interesting.
Did you catch that look on the officer's face? Seems like he spotted something interesting inside the car. The officer, sensing something amiss, requests the driver's license and registration.
License and registration.
The driver seems a bit puzzled, not really sure why he's been pulled over.
Something going on?
Yeah, Anders, there is. That all looks up to date. You know...
As the officer examines the documents, he casually mentions that he thinks he smells paraphernalia.
I think I smell some paraphernalia. Why don't I have you both step out of the vehicle for me real quick? Yeah, come on, step out. Please keep your hands where I can see them. You too, ma'am. Step out of the vehicle.
He instructs both the driver and the passenger to step out of the vehicle.
Come on out. Come on out. Ma'am, I'm going to need you right around here on the back. Sir, put your hands on the hood.
What's going on?
Put your hands on the hood, sir.
The driver complies immediately and is told to put his hands on the hood of the car. The officer then turns his attention to the female passenger and guides her to a spot near the car.
Ma'am, right around here. This way. Yeah.
The officer's tone remains calm yet firm. The officer gives the driver a pat down.
Yeah. All right.
And questions him while he performs the eye sobriety test on him.
Look at me. Yeah? Me nice? You, doing anything out here that you shouldn't be doing? Follow my finger.
No, I mean, I had a glass of wine with dinner.
Hands out to the side.
The driver, trying to focus, mentions he had a glass of wine with dinner. The test isn't over yet. The officers got the driver doing the finger-to-nose drill, starting with one hand and then switching to the other.
And bring your finger to the tip of your nose. Slowly. Back out. One more time, same hand. Now, other hand. Exact same time.
The officer's interest is piqued, and he asks if the man knows the woman with him.
Okay. Do you know this woman? How do you know this woman?
Tinder.
Huh? Yeah. Huh. This is your first time out with her?
The driver, looking a little surprised, explains that they met on Tinder and have been on a few dates, maybe 3 or 4 times. The officer's next question seems a bit unusual for a traffic stop, and the driver wonders why the officer is so curious about their dating life.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
I'm curious why are you asking about our dating?
The officer's next words hang in the air, heavy with personal significance. Shocking revelation coming up in 3, 2, 1.
Oh, well, it's the only issue is that's my wife.
Pardon me?
The driver is visibly shocked and in complete disbelief.
Yeah, you are pardoned. I will pardon you. Because I'm not. This is literally. No, it's not on you.
It says she's single.
That's on you. You're not the one that made a Tinder profile.
The officer, maintaining his composure, assures him that it's not his fault. He didn't know that he was dating a married woman.
Well, you were married. So.
Hey, can I put my hands down?
You know, why don't you put your hands out? Why don't you grab her stuff out of the car and you can actually leave.
The officer then directs the driver to retrieve the woman's belongings from the car and then allows him to leave. In a somewhat stunned state, the driver apologizes and hastily gathers her belongings.
Hop in over here. Yeah, the driver's side. Keep your hands on the vehicle, ma'am.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna grab. You want me to grab her?
Give me her stuff.
The officer, staying composed and professional, lends a hand in bringing out her things.
Everything that's hers in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why don't you give me that? Yep. Just right there. Yep. Her phone. Good.
Can I sit down?
Yeah. You go ahead.
Finally, the officer waves the driver off, sending him on his way.
Ma'am, step away from the vehicle. Keep your hands up. Excellent. And you have a good one, sir.
I'm so sorry.
Have a good one. Head on out.
As the driver leaves, the officer turns to his wife.
So,
did you really just...
I think there's nothing for you to say.
His words are stern, clearly indicating that the situation has gone beyond his professional duties and into personal turmoil. He suggests she call her mom to pick up the rest of her stuff from his place tonight.
You're gonna just stay here. You should call your mom and have her get the rest of the things from my place tonight.
Are you serious?
Okay? Yeah.
She doesn't seem remorseful at all. In fact, is it just me? Or does she look a bit angry? It's pretty unbelievable that she'd say something like that in this situation. The nerve. The officer's last words convey a mix of disbelief and acceptance.
This was not how I was expecting my workday to go.
It's a raw acknowledgement of the complex struggles that law enforcement officers can face when their personal and professional worlds unexpectedly collide. It's tough for the guy. He's out there doing his job while his wife is off having a good time with someone else. Despite keeping his composure throughout the encounter, you can hear him start to cry as he drives away. I can only imagine how tough and embarrassing that must have been for him. Let's acknowledge how well he handled the situation. He remained composed with the driver, with no finger pointing. It's a mix of emotions. I'm surprised by what happened, impressed by his professionalism, bothered by his unfaithful wife, and just feeling for the guy. Let's hope he bounces back and finds someone who'll treat him right. Well, that's a wrap on some of the most unforgettable wifey arrests ever. It's a wild blend of love, the law, and handcuffs, isn't it? Personally, I can't get enough of the cop busting his wife cheating during a traffic stop. But what about you? Feel free to drop your favorites in the comments below. Also, check out our other stuff showing up on the screen right now, and I'll see you in the next video. See you next time.